It's election day and voters are heading to the polls to cast their ballots. I'm KIMT News 3's Jessica Bringy, live with the details of the Chatfield School District's referendum.
A fire occurred just before noon today here in Orinoco. I'm KIMT News 3's Samantha Soto, live with the details from the scene.
Plus, climate change is getting worse. Why experts in Minnesota are saying the state is already dealing with the effects of it.
And it certainly is a chilly evening out there. We got some more chilly weather in the forecast tomorrow, but don't fret. Nice warm up is in store, and a look at that is coming up.
KIMT News 3, coverage you can count on. This is KIMT News 3 at 5.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for KIMT News 3 at 5. I'm Amy Fleming. First tonight, it is Election Day all across the area and across the nation. And KIMT News 3 will be covering elections in our viewing area. Annalise Johnson and Anthony Monzon will be in Rochester, with Anthony looking ahead even to the 2022 election. Alec Lasham will be in Byron to get reactions from voters on the referendum. And in Mason City, Alex Juergens will be focusing on school board elections. And he spoke with Secretary of State Paul Pate. There's also an at-large position up for grabs in Mason City on the City Council. If you're an early bird and you miss our coverage, we've got you covered. Alex Dieterer will discuss tonight's results tomorrow morning at 6:30 as well. Annalise Johnson will be covering quite a bit for us throughout the evening as well. It has been fairly quiet at the ballot box in Chatfield today as voters decide whether to support a school district referendum. KIMT News 3's Jessica Bringy joins us live from Chatfield City Hall with how things are looking at the ballot box right now. Jessica?
Amy, as you mentioned, it has been pretty quiet, but while there's no major rush, it's been fairly steady. I have been seeing, I would say, about 30 people over the past hour come in to cast their ballot box here in Chatfield. And speaking with the Chatfield School District, that's about what was expected. The school district is asking voters to approve its referendum, which would provide $430,000 a year over a 7-year period. That would result in a little more than $3 million. Superintendent Ed Harris tells me he believes the community will support this referendum since the money is all going towards basic operating expenses.
The discussions, since then until now that I've had with people or that have come to me have been supportive and understanding. I think they in general know that this isn't extra revenue, that this is revenue we count on a yearly basis for operations, much like 70% of the other districts in the state do.
Now, the school district did try to pass a similar referendum in 2019. However, it was not approved by voters. You will have time to still come down to the polls as they will be open until 8 p.m. tonight. Live in Rochester, live in Chatfield, Jessica Bringy, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Jessica. The district says the money would be used to help support the day-to-day needs of the school, including teacher and staff salaries, classroom supplies, and program costs. Checking now for a weather update. Let's turn to KIMT Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. Aaron, really not too bad of a day really to get out and make your voice heard and vote today on Election Day. We've seen some where it's icy, it's snowy, it's rainy.
Sure,
it's a good day to get out.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, we've tracked some dry conditions today, a fair amount of sunshine this morning, a little bit this afternoon, but just kind of a chilly day, but it definitely could be worse. We now have no snow. We have no ice in the forecast by any means, and really not looking at much in the 7-day forecast. But if you are heading out this evening, just make sure to bundle up. We got temperatures right now in the upper 30s to lower 40s. 41 degrees in Mason City, 37 in Austin, and we got 39 there in Osage and Charles City. Live look at downtown Rochester showing up, I would say, a partly cloudy sky, 38 degrees this hour. And as you are heading out to the polls this evening, temperatures are going to be around the lower 40s, upper 30s right now. Everyone will drop down into the upper 30s as we go into this evening around 8 o'clock as the polls do close. But we are tracking a warm-up going towards the weekend. A full look at that warm-up and that weekend forecast is coming up here in just a bit, Amy.
All right, thank you very much, Aaron. Crews responded to a shed fire in Orinoco this afternoon. KIMT News 3 Samantha Soto is on scene, and she joins us live now with the details on that. Samantha?
Amy, it was here on 85th Street and 11th Avenue Northwest, just up at this hill behind me, that a shed caught on fire just earlier today. Crews from Rochester, Pine Island, and Orinoco, believe it or not, responded to the call, and they were just on the scene up until moments ago. Police tell me one team prevented the fire from spreading by dousing a propane tank near the shed. A couple of vehicles were inside the shed, the police tell me. No injuries were reported. The fire marshal was also on scene, and the cause still remains under investigation. Live in Orinoco, Samantha Soto, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Sam. Stay with KIMT on air and online for the latest on this developing story. The 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference started yesterday to discuss fighting climate change, and experts in Minnesota say the state is already feeling the effects. The state has warmed up 3 degrees in the last 125 years, according to data, and precipitation is up by 3.4 inches. Minnesota's top 10 combined warmest and wettest years on record happened between 1998 and 2020. Experts say drier summers and droughts could be more frequent if things don't get better. The Minnesota Department of Health is reporting 7,043 new COVID-19 cases and 24 more deaths. The state's total positive case number stands at 805,015, and the death toll stands at 8,718. The positivity rate was back on the rise to 7.9% after dropping to 7.1% in late October. Over 7 million doses and nearly 450,000 booster shots have been administered in Minnesota. Almost 74% of Minnesotans 12 and older have gotten at least one dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. The Peace Fountain was officially unveiled earlier today. What Mayor Kim Norton is saying about the artwork. Plus, a new Veterans Outpatient Clinic hosted a ribbon-cutting ceremony earlier today in Mason City. The benefits that come with the new facility. And later in the broadcast, people across the United States are hitting the polls today. Why today's results could have major impacts going forward.
KIMT News 3 at 5. Your local news with KIMT News 3's Amy Fleming. Tracking storms with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. This is KIMT News 3. More local news that is happening right now. We are coverage you can count on.